Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the Nether in this Let's Play Minecraft Feed the Beast series. In the previous episode, we were setting up an industrial centrifuge array so that we could provide a stream of materials to our quad uranium cell factory. And in this episode, my friends, we are going to be completing the final step of this project, and that is creating a little factory that is going to produce all of the materials that our industrial centrifuge array requires to run 24 freaking hours a day. Sit back and relax, my cyberdiggity dogs. Let's feed the beast that is our mind. Now, I know that some of you cyberdogs are starting to get a little bit confused about the current project that we're working on because it's quite complicated. So in this episode, guys, I'm going to try and explain exactly what the jazz we're currently up to in this Feed the Beast series, and hopefully that'll help to eradicate some of the confusion. But the reason I'm in the Nether today to start this episode is that I have set up another lava pump center over here. That lava pump center that we had over here is actually, it's run dry, and you can see that the lava of ocean in this Nether has been sucked dry. And even though there is still lava down there, this center is actually not pumping lava anymore, which is absolutely absurd. So what I have done is I've moved the world anchor and the lava pump and the magmatic engines and everything, and the tesseract, the liquid tesseract that there was over here in this lava pump center, and I've moved it over to a new one over here. And the reason that we need this lava pump center is because we need an infinite source of lava so that we can power our industrial centrifuges, so that we can create the materials required for our industrial centrifuges to run 24 hours a day. I'm explaining a little bit more about that in a second, guys. But up here we can see the lava pump, the liquid tesseract, the world anchor over there, which has about 10 hours left of time in it, and the magmatic engines. So we are now pumping lava from the Nether to the ReNDoG. Or should I say, we have the capacity to pump lava from the Nether to the ReNDoG. Let's head back into the Cyber Labs and I'll explain a little bit more. So what we were doing before, oh hello pig man, welcome to the Cyber Labs. What we were doing before was pumping lava from the Nether into this spot over here. If you guys remember, we had a liquid tesseract in this spot over here. I now have that liquid tesseract in my inventory. But the lava coming from the Nether was powering our geothermal generators, and that is how we were making power before. But now, now that we're onto nuclear power, we don't actually need to use the geothermal generators anymore. So I'm going to make use of our liquid tesseract in a different way, but I do want to pick up a couple stacks of copper over here because it is about time for us to make another few quad uranium cells. I think we probably only have like 30 minutes left in our nuclear reactors, so I've just picked up a few of these and we're going to shove them into our quad uranium cell generation machine. And remember, that is all up in here, man. Let's just head up to the nuclear reactor room and get these ingots into the delivery the delivery chest over here. There we go. Alright, so while we're working today, we will be able to generate a few more quad uranium cells too. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got 40 minutes left on the reactors, so we do need to start thinking about making some more fuel. Now, let's have a little quick chat about what is going down up in here. This is the maintenance level of the reactor chamber in the ReNDoG, and essentially what we've done is we have created a quad uranium cell factory over here. And this quad uranium cell factory creates uranium cells, and we use those uranium cells inside of these project tables to make dual uranium cells and eventually quad uranium cells. And of course, we use those quad uranium cells as fuel for our nuclear reactor. Now, to create these quad uranium cells, we need dense copper plates. And to make dense copper plates, we need a butt-ton of copper. So what we are trying to do is create a factory that is going to be generating copper from lava. And the way that we generate copper from lava is using a machine called an industrial centrifuge. And what we do is we stick a lava can into this industrial centrifuge, and after the industrial centrifuge goes through its cycle, it literally, as a centrifuge does, it spins, right? And then it separates basically separates the elements of what's ever inside it. So we're separating the elements of the lava can into electrum ingots, tiny piles of tungsten dust, copper, and tin. We're then going to be using the tin that these centrifuges generate to create more lava cells to be reinserted into the centrifuges, and we're going to be sending the copper that the centrifuges make directly into the quad uranium cell factory to be turned into dense copper plates. And that is basically going to create for us a self-sustained quad uranium cell factory. The factory actually has three parts to it. It has the actual uranium cell factory bit that generates the cells and the copper plates. It has the centrifuge array, which generates the tin and the copper ingots required. And what we're going to be setting up today, guys, is the final part of this factory, and that is, of course, the liquid transposer section of the factory, which is going to be processing the lava coming out of the nether. So that is what we're going to be doing today, man. It looks like we've got a few empty cells popping out of the auto crafting table over here, but that is a-okay. Oh man, this is going to be so freaking sweet, guys. So let's just talk a little bit about what we currently want to achieve right now. Okay, so the next step in this factory is dealing with the lava that is coming from the nether, and we're going to be using that lava to generate tin and copper in our centrifuges. So what we're going to be doing is setting up liquid transposers, and those liquid transposers are going to be delivering lava from the nether directly into empty tin cans, and those cans are going to be created by an auto crafting table that is going to be processing the tin coming out of the centrifuge array over here. So why don't we start there? That seems like a good place to start, right? So here is our automatic crafting table, and what we're going to be doing is setting up the recipe for a can. And a can only requires 3 tin ingots, whereas a cell requires 4 tin ingots and only makes 4 cells, whilst a can, you get 12 cans from 3 tin ingots as opposed to 4 cells from 4 tin ingots. Now, one of you cyberdogs worked out in the comment section of the previous video that it's more efficient for us to use lava cans rather than lava cells in our centrifuge array, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why. By the end of this episode, we will be able to see why that is the case. But check it out, guys. I've got a cobblestone transport pipe coming from the diamond transport pipe over here. So we're going to be sending tin via the yellow chute over here directly into this auto crafting table. So let's just finish that off with a little bit of a final bit of cobblestone transport pipe. So tin is going to be coming out of the centrifuges and going into this auto crafting table. This auto crafting table is going to be making cans. Now, we want to get those cans into our liquid transposers. So why don't we set up a liquid transposer over here? Let's just set up the first one. And of course, we know that a liquid transposer requires an electronic engine to run. I think I'll stick it over here and here and... yeah, that's cool. Let's get the liquid transposer installed up in here like that. And let's just get our wrench in our hand, flip this thing around. There we go. So we've got a power line running from the LV transformer over here from the centrifuges. That's going to power our electric engines over here. And essentially what we want to be doing is... no, that's facing the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so what we want to be doing, right? Let's just make a can so that I can show you guys exactly what the jazz is going down here. So let's make a set of cans. Now, what we want to be doing is getting the cans in here, and then we want to be sending lava directly into these cans. We then want to get the cans out of the liquid transposers and returned into the industrial centrifuges, and the industrial centrifuges are going to process the lava cans that the liquid transposers are going to make. All right, so let's move on to the next step. We might as well set up all 3 of our liquid transposers. In fact, let's get those set up like this, just so that we know exactly what we're working with over here from a factory setup position. We want to try and make this as neat as we can, right? That is the goal in this Feed the Beast series, is to keep everything as neat and uncomplicated as possible. So the neater we can keep it, the better, I think. All right, so next up, what we're going to be installing is a wooden transport pipe. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. All right, so wooden transport pipe goes into the top of these liquid transposers. And of course, they're not connected properly because the thing is, it's not configured correctly. We need to get liquid coming in from the top of the liquid transposers. So the top thing needs to be blue in the configuration. All right, so now these liquid transposers are going to be receiving liquid from the waterproof wooden pipe. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is adding a tank to the top of these wooden pipes. And the reason for this is just so that we can have a little reservoir of lava that is going to be coming from the nether, just stored in the liquid transposer, just to make sure that it's always running, that there's always like a little bit of lava left, like a little reserve of lava, just in case something goes wrong with the liquid tesseract or the world anchor, for example. All right, so the next step I think we want to do over here is install the liquid tesseract. So let's install the liquid tesseract above the middle one over here. And then let's configure the liquid tesseract to pumpage. All right, so the liquid tesseract is now receiving lava directly from that brand new lava center in the nether that I showed you at the beginning of the episode. You can see we are already getting lava from the tesseract in the nether, so that is awesome. That's working beautifully. And now what we need to do is get more of this lava into the other liquid transposers over here. So let's use some of this golden waterproof transport pipage to connect the other tanks to the liquid tesseract. There we go. All right, excellent. So all of the tanks for our liquid transposers are now receiving lava from the nether. And remember, the goal here, guys, is to turn this lava into tin and copper. Now, let's use some autarkic gates over here. Let's get those into these waterproof wooden pipes over here. And now what we want to do is set the setting of the autarkic gate to, let's say, there's liquid in the tank above, then we're going to have an energy pulse, right? There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to see is the liquid transposer filling up with lava. There we go. And when we apply power to the electronic engine, this transposer is going to start creating lava cans, which is exactly what we need to feed our industrial centrifuges over here. So let's just get all the other autarkic gates set up correctly too. Liquid in the tank, energy pulse. Liquid in the tank, energy pulse. Now, I'm pretty sure that we could just bypass the tank and the waterproof pipe by just connecting the tesseract to the transposers with waterproof golden pipes directly. But I kind of like this setup. I kind of like having the little reserve there, just in case the world anchor runs out of time. At least we still get a little bit more juice from this system. All right. So next up, guys, let's actually test the production of lava cans from the transposer. So let's just get a lever installed over here, but it's facing the wrong way. There we go. All right, so this liquid transposer should now be creating cans once we put an exit pipe from this transposer, right? All right, so the next step, guys, is to get those cans that are going to be created by these transposers, those lava cans, into these industrial centrifuges. And what we're going to be doing is using a different transport network. Instead of using the Buildcraft pipes, which is the cobblestone pipes and the stone pipes and all of that jazz, we're going to be using pneumatic pipes. So let's layer a bunch of pneumatic pipes here along the top of our centrifuges. And the reason we're using a different pipe network is because this way, the different pipe networks don't connect, and we don't have to mess around with with iron transport pipes and whatnot. I think we're probably going to have to clear these copper covers though before we install this. Let's just get rid of these copper covers. All right, now we can install the pneumatic pipes into the tops of the centrifuges. The centrifuges do require the items to go into the top of them. So that makes life a little bit easier too. If we were using golden transport pipes, for example, we would have a problem over here. We'd have to have like a whole bunch of iron transport pipes and stuff like that, man. It's just annoying. All right, so next up, what we want to be doing is setting up a way to get the cans from the transposers into this pneumatic pipe system. So we're going to be using a relay for this, right? Because we know that a relay can send items directly into the pneumatic pipe system over here. So let's just get this facing the right way. Got to use a screwdriver for this. Right, there we go. Now, the next step is getting the items out of the liquid transposers into our brand new pneumatic pipe network over here. So, let's get a couple of stone transport pipes, I think. Oh, hang on, Cyberdogs, we've actually missed a step here. What we need to do first is get the cans from the auto crafting table directly into the liquid transposers, right? So, for that, we're going to install another wooden transport pipe with an autarkic gate coming out this side of the auto crafting table. Let's get the autarkic gate in here. Now, what we need to do is send these items into these liquid transposers. All right, so we've got to keep in mind that we also need to be removing items out of the transposers, right? So let's say that the items are going to be coming out of the back of the transposers like this. We'll use cobblestone pipes for this. And we need to send items into the transposers. I think what we can do is use stone transport pipes like this. And what we could probably do... Okay, here we go, right? So the items coming out of the transposers are going to go in this direction like this. And the items going into the transposers are going to be going via the stone transport pipes like this. All right, there we go. Okay, that makes a whole bunch of sense. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so the lava cans are going to be coming out of the transposers into this cobblestone transport pipe. And what we can do now is connect this cobblestone transport pipe to our relay. So let's reinstall that relay over here, like so. And then we can install our pneumatic pipe. We can connect our pneumatic pipe system like this. Oh, oops. All right, there we go, CyberDogs. It's been configured correctly over here. So we've got our cobblestone pipe that is removing lava cells from the transposer, going into our relay, and our relay is going to be delivering those lava cells, or those lava cans, sorry, into the centrifuges over there. So why don't we give this a little test over here? Let's flick on this liquid transposer over here. He's going to be generating lava cans. There we go. And what we need is for the exit hole of the transposer to be the back, right? So I think the back is this one over here in the bottom corner. So I think we are probably good. There we go. Okay, no, the lava can came out into the stone transport pipe. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is reconfigure the pipes and stuff at the back to get the lava cans going into the relay over here. Let's have a look. This lava can is actually going to go into this relay just by sheer chance. Let's see if this relay is actually facing the correct direction. If so, the relay should send the can, there we go, into the pneumatic pipe system. Okay, so the system is kind of set up correctly. I'm going to kaplam this sucker, get this set up correctly, guys, and I'll see you guys on the other side of this kaplow. Kaplow. All right, CyberDogs, welcome back. I think that I have now configured this little part of the factory correctly. Let's just have a quick recap about what is going down over here. This auto crafting table over here is sending cans directly into these liquid transposers. These liquid transposers are putting lava into those cans and then delivering those cans via this cobblestone transport pipe into this relay over here. This relay is sending those lava cans into the industrial centrifuges, and the industrial centrifuges are turning those lava cans into copper and into tin. Now, the only way to really test if this system is working correctly is to stick a whole bunch of tin ingots into this auto crafting table, generate a few of these lava cans, and let's have a look. Let's just watch it and make sure that these cans are going to the correct places. Some of the cans should be going to this transposer. The rest of the cans should be traveling along this stone pipe network to go into this transposer over here or into this transposer over here. And as we can see, that is happening quite nicely. And this liquid transposer, however, does not seem to be delivering the lava cans out of it. Let's get those lava cans out of there. I think that was probably just a mistake from the previous batch. And this is also shouldn't be in there like that. And let's have a look. There we go. The lava cans are going into this transposer quite nicely. Let's take half of them out and stick them into this transposer over here, just to make sure that our transposers are producing those lava cans. There we can see this transposer is producing those lava cans like nobody's business. All three of them are producing lava cans, and they are heading into our industrial centrifuges. But however, let's just talk a little bit about the numbers. For an industrial centrifuge to process lava cans, it needs to process 16 lava cans to create 4 copper ingots and 6 tin ingots, an electrum ingot, and a tiny pile of tungsten dust. Now, as I understand it, we should be able to generate enough tin to keep this little factory going almost indefinitely. And this liquid transposer, okay, it doesn't have any fuel to be working. And that is simply because of the fact that if each of these transposers is generating 6 tin ingots per cycle, let's just have a look. Yeah, 6 tin ingots per cycle. We're going to be generating 30 tin ingots per cycle of all 5 centrifuges. And with 30 tin ingots, we will be generating what? Okay, I'm going to try to do some maths here. I'm probably going to fail. But we're going to be getting 30 tin ingots into the auto crafting table. So 3 piles of 10. That is going to create 10 times 12 cans. So we're going to be able to generate 120 cans per centrifuge cycle. And because we have an unlimited supply of lava, those 120 cans are going to be transposed into more lava cans for the industrial centrifuge array. So I think we'll probably have a self-sustaining system over here, and that's because the centrifuges take quite a long time to actually generate lava. But I think the best way to actually try this out is to literally get 64 lava cans into each of the centrifuges, get the whole array running at full speed, at full pace, and then watch whether or not this centrifuge array can actually keep itself sustained. So I think that's probably what we want to do. Let's get all of the lava cans out of here. You can see that just from that small stack of tin, we've able to generate more than a stack of lava cans, which has got this very first centrifuge up and running quite nicely over here. Let's head back down into the cyber labs to pick up a few more tin ingots. I think what I'm going to do is head down to the metalworks factory over here, pulverize a few of these blocks of tin so that we can get some tin ingots back, and I'll bring you guys back on the other side of this kaplan. We'll run a few more experiments with this, and we will see whether or not we can get our industrial centrifuge array / quad uranium cell generation factory running on its own freaking steam. I'll see you guys on the other side of this kaplan. Alright, cyber diggity dogs, welcome back to the maintenance level of the ReNDoG. I have just picked up 3 stacks of tin ingots, and what I want to do is just generate a butt-ton of lava cans. So let's disconnect the relay from the industrial centrifuge array for now, and all I want to do now is just generate a ridiculous amount of lava cans. So let's just get our 3 stacks of tin ingots into this auto crafting table over here. This bad boy is basically just going to fill these transposers up with liquid cans now, or with tin cans, so that we can get them filled up with lava. So this liquid transposer will, I mean, we're going to be generating a ridiculous amount of cans. You know what? This is actually going to make way too many cans. There's going to be an overflow of epic proportions over here. So let's just get a few of these tins out of here. And there we can actually see quite clearly now whether or not our tin can delivery system is configured correctly. There we go. Oh, wait, I see a problem. Let's open up that route over there so this transposer can get its fair share of cans. There we go. All right. And we got lava cans popping out the wazoo over here, man. And that is because this relay does not like receiving lava cans without having them go somewhere, I guess. So we're just going to have to stand here and collect all of these lava cans. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to stand here, collect 5 stacks of lava cans for each of our 5 industrial centrifuges. Then we're going to power this bad boy up and see what kind of beast we have created over here. Kaplam! Alright, cyber diggity dogs, welcome back. I've just been chilling here watching my lava can factory produce lava cans like nobody's freaking business, man. It's quite efficient, actually. It's churning them out quite rapidly, and we know that this auto crafting table makes 12 cans at a time, so I think that this entire factory is going to be able to run quite smoothly and quite rapidly too once we reconnect the relay to the pneumatic pipe system over here. But we now have 5 stacks of lava cans over here. That's what I've been waiting to generate, and what I would like to do is get all of these industrial centrifuges fired up at the same freaking time. That way we will be able to monitor how much material this factory produces and whether or not it is self-sufficient. So why don't we get these centrifuges fired up right now? Let's just get them all loaded with a stack of lava cans, and what the hope is that these stacks of lava cans will remain stacked while the factory is actually running at 24 hours a day. So hopefully the amount of tin coming out of the centrifuge array will be enough to create enough lava cans to restock the centrifuges once per cycle, or at least twice per cycle, I guess, depending on how many lava cans we can generate from the tin that's coming out of here. So why don't we just reconnect this relay now? Let's reconnect it to the industrial centrifuge array like that. Now, these lava cans are going to be sent back into the industrial centrifuges like this, and I guess the ones that we've picked up, we can shove back into the centrifuges. Now, a cycle of centrifugification takes quite a long-ass time, so I think in the meantime, what we can do is work on a few more quad uranium cells. So let's have a look. How many? Yeah, we got 15 dense copper plates over here, 21 dense copper plates over here, so that should be more than enough dense copper platage to make a few more quad uranium cells. So let's just get busy making a few more quad uranium cells over here, guys. I'm pretty sure that our reactors are now run dry. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 quad uranium cell. Man, we have to make so many quad uranium cells per cycle. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to get this done, guys, and hopefully by the time I've done this, the centrifuge array would have run through its cycle. I'll bring you guys back on the other side of this kaplam, and we will have a look at where we're at with this current project. Kaplam! Alright, Cyber Dogs, welcome back to the Ren Star Maintenance level and to the final part of this project that we've been working on. Our centrifuge array over here is about to complete its cycle. Now, every single one of these centrifuges is fully loaded with 64 cans. And when this cycle completes, the tin and the copper ingots are going to be removed from the centrifuges and sent into the transposer factory over here. And by the end of the whole thing, we should be able to see whether or not we have been able to generate enough tin and enough lava cans to refill the centrifuges for the next cycle. It's basically going to see, we're basically going to be able to see exactly how much tin we are missing to complete, to keep this factory 100% sustainable. So I'm extremely excited to see if this is actually going to work or not. If we get more lava cans than are actually required to fill all of the centrifuges, then we are actually generating more material than we need, which is absolutely epic. So here we go, guys. All of the tin is coming out of the centrifuges. All of the copper is going to be going over to the quad uranium cell factory to be turned into dense copper plates, and we can see that all of our pipes are working correctly. The electrum ingots and the tungsten are going into the overflow chest over there. Our auto crafting table over here is generating cans out the wazoo. Those cans are going directly into our liquid transposers. Our liquid transposers are turning those cans into lava cans. Those lava cans are being sent directly back into the centrifuges, and we will be able to see in a few seconds now, guys, whether or not one cycle of industrial centrifuge array action is going to create enough brand new lava cans to refill this array. And I do believe that there were 2 lava cans that I saw coming out of the relay over there that were obviously stuck in there from the last cycle. So let's have a look. This is the first industrial centrifuge in the path of the pneumatic pipe, and as we can see, it's probably going to get filled up first. So there it is, now up to 64 again. The next one, oh, this one's already up to 64. This one's on 50. This one's on 48. This one's on 48. All right, so let's have a look. How many more cans do these transposers need to go through? Another 50 over here and another 3 over here. So still quite a few cans coming out of here. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to kaplam this sucker, and I'll bring you back on the other side of this kaplam to see if our centrifuges are fully loaded after this entire cycle. Kaplam! Welcome back, guys. The good news is it looks like our little factory over here is producing an excess amount of lava cans. We basically filled up completely. Every centrifuge is now fully loaded once again after its last cycle, which means that we are self-sufficient from a lava can perspective. However, the problem is that it hasn't generated that much copper. In fact, that one cycle of centrifuge action over there managed to produce 2 dense copper plates, which is not really good enough, man. I've only managed to make 6 quad uranium cells in total so far, and we need 8 quad uranium cells to get both reactors fired up. And yes, to answer your question, guys, I can hear you asking, the reactors are out of juice. I've been playing now for longer than an hour or so. The reactors are down. Let's head into the power control room and see how much juice we have left in our batteries. But I think juice is starting to run dry, man. The Cyber Labs are dry. The MFSU array red, which is what we are using to power the Ren Star, is slowly but surely running dry. That power is being drained by our centrifuge array and our quad uranium cell factory. So even though this little project is generating copper for us and creating dense copper plates for us, it's not actually doing it very quickly. We're going to need to substitute the lack of copper with copper directly from the Cyber Labs, unfortunately. But check it out, guys. Our centrifuges are now 100% full. This centrifuge and transposer factory is self-sufficient, and it produces enough tin to produce enough lava cans to refill the centrifuges. The unfortunate bit, though, is that it doesn't produce enough copper to create a full set of quad uranium cells. But I'm very, very happy with how this project has turned out, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope it has made sense. I know it's been a little bit of a complicated one, but to summarize this project, my cyber diggity dogs, this factory over here produces quad uranium cells and requires dense copper plates. This factory over here creates tin and copper, which we use to make those dense copper plates, and this factory over here produces the materials that this factory requires to make tin and copper plates. And that is basically it in a nutshell, man. This project is now complete, and I am super freaking stoked with how it has turned out. But we can proudly say that we are now generating copper from lava that is coming from the nether, and you know what, guys, that is pretty freaking sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching this project. Thanks to everybody who helped me get this set up correctly. Tons of you guys have been helping me out with hints and tips on how to set up this project correctly. Absolutely freaking awesome. In the next episode, guys, we can crack on with the building of the Ren Star and move on to the next big project in the series. So thanks again for watching, my friends. This has been ReNDoG, feeding the beast that is our mind, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, my friends.